Hello and welcome to Groove, Sing, and All the Things. I'm your host, Amy Hailstone, and this week we're going to talk about when is the best time to practice your singing or your guitar, and how to use your peak energy times to get the most from your practice sessions. If we haven't met yet, again, my name is Amy from Amy Hailstone Studios. I'm a vocal and performance coach, guitar teacher, musician myself, and educator. I'm happy you're here today. Let's jump into the episode. So when is the best time to practice your singing or guitar playing? Or whatever instrument you're learning. Maybe you're a songwriter working on, getting some song ideas, or you want to finish a song. You're still looking for the peak time that it's gonna be easiest for you. Well, one way to look at it is some practice is better than no practice. I think we can all agree on that. But for really productive and energizing practice sessions, the best time is during your peak energy times of the day. And this can be different for everybody. Have you ever told yourself, like, I'm going to practice tonight when I get home from work? And then you've had a particularly tough day at work and you get home and you're like, I can't do it. I mean, because this stuff, learning and playing and singing, is it's physical and it's very mentally intense. And when you're fatigued, it's just really hard to make yourself do it. I will say that practicing guitar when you're tired is a little bit easier than singing, because when you're singing, you are the instrument and you have to get the right energy going to sing well and sing in a nice, easy place. So the secret to more effective practice might be as simple as timing. Like, let's explore how to find the best practice time for you to take advantage of your good energy times of day. You'll be more productive during your practice, and you might even accomplish more in less time. I know most of us have a very packed calendar, and we might have to find little pockets of time where we can practice, where we can fit it in, when we can write a little, some song ideas and get the creative juices flowing, as they say. This strategy, it can help you make progress without burning out if we use it correctly. So as a singer, I don't want to wake up and practice my singing first thing in the morning. I like to kind of ease into the day. I can sing before like 10 o'clock, but I prefer, if I had my choice, I prefer like after 10 a.m. That's when it just feels most comfortable in my body. But that's what this is all about, is working with your body and your energy cycles and not against it. Sure, you could force a practice session before your day job, or even when you get home when you're really, really fatigued. Wouldn't necessarily be productive. Not to say don't do it, because again, some practice is better than no practice. Let's talk about some real world examples from like professional musicians, okay? I remember hearing a producer talk about a singer whose voice really opened up around 2 p.m. each day. So they would schedule her vocal sessions, her recording sessions around that time. Since she had the choice, that's what they did, and it made a big difference. The very famous mixer Chris Lord-Alge in a video once mentioned that he has his assistant prep his sessions in the morning so he can come in for his creative work during his peak. He called it his good energy times. That really was like an aha moment for me, because I thought, wow, because I know as engineers and mixers, we will push ourselves 10, 12 hours a day. I mean, I don't know about 12, but I mean, you just get to a point where you're no longer being productive. You're not making good choices when you work really past 8 hours. And when I went to mix with the masters and learned from Greg Wells, I remember him saying that he works an 8-hour day, no more. Because once you're drained, you start making mistakes and bad decisions, and then you just have to go back and fix it later. And plus, he wanted to be home to see his family every night. I mean, both of those things that is just such a good choice, a smart choice for me to, when I thought about that. And I would still push myself sometimes, like in my studio, and it's true. It's like you get past a point where you're you don't have fresh ears anymore, and you're just past that really good productive point. And so I really feel like an 8-hour day, it makes a lot of sense. So looking at your day, maybe let's say you work a 9-to-5 job. Like, when is the best time? Like, maybe you feel really energized at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, maybe you have a lunch hour around then. So maybe you could eat something like on a coffee break, and then maybe use your lunch hour to practice in your car. I mean, that sounds crazy, but that could really work. Like, you're using your good energy time of day. You're being productive. You're kind of doing your creative thing, and then you go back, you finish your day. You got to finish your job, and maybe even like right after work, you're feeling good. Maybe like 6 o'clock. You know, that's a good energy time for you. There are some night owls that might be ready to practice at, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. You just have to decide what works for you and kind of work with your energy, the flow of energy that you sort of have naturally. Like, maybe you're a songwriter and you feel really fresh in the morning, and you do like a little session before you leave for your day job, and you start getting song ideas. Like, oh man, this is a really creative time of day for me. Like, have you ever heard about novelists? And I can't say the names. Like, I've just heard like people that for years woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and wrote for like 2 or 3 hours before they went and did their day job, and then just did that for years, and they just kept showing up, and because they just had that drive to write. And maybe that wasn't a peak energy time, but they sort of like became their routine, and that's what worked for them. And then, after years of doing that, they're successful. They don't have to do that anymore. So basically plan your week. Just sort of like sketch out appointments for yourself. And I think you're more apt to show up if you actually make those appointments. This is something that I'm really, really bad about. Like, it's just time management. Making those appointments, holding yourself accountable for your practice sessions, and just try to get the most out of them. Maybe you can only have 3 a week. Just make them really productive, and like go in at a good time of day for you where you're energized and you're just ready to work, and you're excited about getting stuff done. So by the way, I do have a gift for you today for spending time with me. For the singers out there, I have an exclusive video for you. It's called 3 Secrets and Exercises, an introduction to finding more freedom and less tension in your singing. And to have access to that video, just go to amyhailstone.com/3secrets. Just the number 3 and the word secrets. And for the guitar players out there, I've got a video for you too. This is really great for the new guitar players. And maybe you've been playing for a little while, you still have some questions. I think this video can help set you on a good path. An exclusive video called 5 Things Every New Guitar Player Needs to Know. And to access that video, just go to amyhailstone.com/5things. The number 5 and the word things. No spaces. All right. Please feel free to visit me at amyhailstone.com. Click the services tab if you'd like to book a guitar lesson or a vocal lesson with me. And in the meantime, just maybe look at those energy times for you. It's a really simple concept. We don't have to overthink it, but I do think it's worth looking at, and just to try to take advantage of those peak energy times for you and to nurture your creativity. So maybe say you only have 30 minutes. Sort of sketch out like my lesson plan. It's going to look different for what instrument you're learning, but maybe for voice, it'll be like the first 5 to 10 minutes. Obviously, I do vocal warm-ups, and maybe for guitar players, it's exercises to get the fingers, get the muscles going. So let's stick with singing. So 5 to 10 minutes of warm-up. Maybe go over like 1 or 2 songs you're already learning. Even though you know the songs, you got to keep them fresh. Maybe video yourself on your phone so you can look later after your practice session to see like what you're doing better at and what you need more work on. So maybe the last 10 minutes you just are learning a new song. So maybe just take it in sections, and today you're learning the verse. You're just going to learn the lyrics and the melody and leave it at that, and then you're done. You got a 30-minute practice session in. So just by syncing your practice with your natural energy peaks, you'll make better use of your time. And I think you'll enjoy the process more. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it when you have the most natural energy and the most natural enthusiasm. So of course there'll be times when we have to force ourselves to practice, to fit a practice session in, because we made a promise to ourselves, like, I'm going to practice today. But today we're just looking at the times when we can take advantage of that really good energy flow. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today on Groove, Sing, and all the things. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave us a comment below and tell us your peak times of the day to practice, what works best for you. And please like and subscribe to the channel. Share this with any fellow musicians that you think might enjoy it. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review, or wherever you're listening to your podcast. That would be amazing and really appreciated. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, Amy Hailstone Studios on YouTube, I'd love to have you. Thank you so much for your time and attention today, and we'll see you on the next episode.